Hello, everyone, and welcome to Reely Movies. I'm your host, Harrison Scullin, and today I'll be discussing The Invisible Man Returns from 1940. And so now let me show you the plot synopsis. The owner of a coal, the owner of a coal mining operation, falsely imprisoned for fratricide, takes a drug to make him invisible despite its side effect, gradual madness. All right, so now let me get into my thoughts on the plot. Okay. So the plot, I gave it a 4 out of 5. I really liked this story. I will admit I was a little confused at times as to what was going on because a lot of the tension is talked about. We don't really see a lot of it, like why he's on the run, why he was arrested. It's alluded to, but I would have liked to have seen a little bit of it and not just talk about it. But otherwise, I'm actually happy how it ended. It's not a perfect story, but in comparison to the original, I actually think it's up there with it. I think it's actually a really good story. I was really entertained and engaged with it. And I did care about the characters. And so that's why I give the plot a 4 out of 5. I really was connected to it. All right, let's move on to the acting. So the acting, I also gave it 4 out of 5. I thought Vincent Price, who's the Invisible Man there, I thought he did really good. I also liked the actor for the Doctor. I thought he was a good actor. And Cedric Hardwicke, who's on the main cover, he's not really in the film. Um, I thought he was fine too, though I felt we didn't really get to know his character too well. The only actor I didn't love was the girlfriend pictured in the middle there. Um, I thought the actress was just okay, not great. She did add necessary tension, something for him to root for Vincent Price's character to root for. So that's necessary to the plot. I just didn't think her acting was great. Other than that, I liked everybody else, and that's why I gave it a 4 out of 5. All right, let's talk about the set design. I thought the Invisible Man costume was great. It looked really, really good. And I actually liked a costume he wears later on where he dresses up as a police officer with like a gas mask. I don't know why. I just thought that costume looked really, really cool. And I thought the set pieces looked really cool too. Just all around, really interesting set design. Um, though I do wish the laboratory was a little bit more developed. It was just like a small room with a couple, beakers and whatnot. I would have loved it to look like really exquisite, really, intricate and whatnot. I thought that would have been really cool, but otherwise, I thought the costume was great. Everything else about it looked great too. That's why I give it a 4 out of 5. Okay, cinematography. 4 out of 5. I thought the camera looked really good. It created a lot of tension, and I love the visual effects that were done in camera, not just the scenes, kind of like here where you could kind of see the Invisible Man. It's like a double exposure. I like the scenes where like there's a floating gun, for example, or there's like a floating stick. Like it fit in with the what was going on camera. It wasn't added in later, and I really liked that. Very impressive stuff. 4 out of 5. Okay, so the music, I'll be honest, the music was just all right. It was just a 3 out of 5 to me. There wasn't a whole lot of it. I could have used more. Didn't really set the tone for me. It's very, very forgettable. That's why I gave it a 3. All right. So my overall score is a 3.8 out of 5, which I'm rounding to a 4. That makes my critical score a 76%. So now let me break down my critical score. Graphic language, none. Violence, there's some shooting and death. Though there's no blood or anything like that, it's very tame, especially by today's standards. Nudity, sexual content, none. Political bias, none. Family friendly, I would say very much so. I think these kind of movies would be great ones to introduce kids to horror with, because they're not violent, they're not sexual, they're nothing like that. I think they're great little films that they could enjoy and become fans of. Let's see, entertainment value. I thought it was pretty entertaining. I was really engaged with it. I wanted to see how it turned out. I actually was rooting for Vincent Price's character, although when he started to go mad, right, that he's kind of an evil villain, right? But he was trying to kill the guy who framed him. So it's like, It's not completely evil per se. He's not like randomly killing people or anything like that. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So overall, would I recommend this movie? Yes, I would. I thought it was a great film, and it's one of the rare Universal monster movies where I think it's just as good as the original and is as enjoyable as the original too. Like it's not super different from it, and it still feels well produced, well put together. Doesn't feel cheap at all. So I was very very impressed with it. And so overall, I absolutely recommend this movie. And with that, those are my thoughts on The Invisible Man Returns, and that concludes today's movie review.